Wow. Now, is that a thunderstorm or what? It is hailing. It is beating the crap out of my truck. I'm over here at a service area on the Oklahoma Turnpike. There's trucks parked everywhere trying to get off of the road. Can you hear the hail beating the crap out of my truck? This is wild, folks.
Freedom has many difficulties, and democracy is not perfect. But we have never had to put a wall up to keep our people in.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.
So hopefully you can hear me okay. It's still getting nuts out here. I mean, I'm a little bit scared. This is tornado type weather, and I'm doing a video. But anyway, I'm doing this video per a request of sorts. One of my subscribers. Oh wow, the lights just went out here. One of my subscribers and a commenter, the same person, subscriber, commenter, was asking questions and talking about switching over from being a company driver to an owner-operator. The first thing I guess I want to say is, probably in this video, I'm just going to skim across the top, because there is so much to going from a company driver to an owner operator. It's extremely long, tedious work and paperwork and just a lot of different ins and outs of things. It's a totally different creature to be an owner operator than it is to just be a company driver. And I'm not cutting company drivers down, because I am a company driver from 2007 until 2023. I was an owner operator myself, and I quit being an owner operator in 23 because of truck maintenance. The cost of everything was just nuts. The rates were not keeping up with it. A lot of different things. I think, and I hope, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping, about mid 2024, it's going to gradually start inching up. If this is my thoughts, and you can blow me away in the comments with this video, that's cool. I mean, say what you want to say, disagree, add stuff in that I forget and all. But I really think if Trump gets the presidency in 2025, we're going to see an uptick in everything, not just trucking, but the economy in general, and maybe rules and regulations will be relaxed even. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know, but it's ironic that I'm doing this video I promised the subscriber that I would do this video for him, but this video is for everyone. It's a public video, so I'm putting it out here for everyone. But I promised him that I would do this video because he just simply was talking about it and I was responding. And also I promised him I would do it. But the other thing is, I got into a feud a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, really ever since I started with this company. I don't like the way this company does business. I am a company driver here. They're constantly switching my dispatch. They did it today, even after I had this big blow up with management, and I was actually sitting in the office talking to a manager today. They did it again. They switched my dispatch, didn't call, didn't have any kind of conversation with me whatsoever. Just, I take off to go do something, and then they stop and they switch it, and I have to constantly pull my dispatch up. It's on a tablet on my dash, and no heads up, no discussion, no nothing. Just, they're just sitting there typing and typing and typing, and here's a load. No, don't do this load. Do this load. No, don't go here. Go here. And it's just a constant flip and change and flip and change. And it's driving me nuts with this company. That goes back to 2006 of why I became an owner-operator. I got fed up with companies' crap. From what I'm hearing from this subscriber, he's getting tired of his company's crap. Maybe wrong about that, but that's what I get the vibe of from his comments and stuff, is he's really sick and tired of it. That's where I was in 2006. I had, not to make me sound like a mental case here, but I had a little bit of a mental breakdown in 2006. You got to think, back then we were doing paper logs. Everyone was just push, go. Here's a load, go. And, you've got hours because you've got a paper log. Well, paper logs have a point where you can't do anything unless you run 2 or 3 logs, and I refuse to do that. I wasn't that guy. And I know there was that guy out here a lot back in paper log days. I was not that guy. About 3,500, 4,000 miles, and I was tapped out. I'm done. I'm not doing this crap. And I know there was guys that ran 4,500, 5,000 miles consistently, single drivers, doing it every week. That was what switched me to being an owner-operator. It's not that I wanted to run harder and make more money. With me, I wanted to calm the waves down, settle down. I wanted to be more in control of what I was doing. What I found out with the very first company that I went to work for is I was just a glorified company driver. Everything was the same. It was push, go, run, here, go, do this. My truck would be in the shop and they would constantly be calling. The company would. What are you doing? When is your truck coming out of the shop? We've got to go get this load. We've got a load book for you. Hurry, go. And I would have these blow up moments where I would just lose it. And I would say, look, cool it. Call my phone again, and I will put this truck, on the road and start shifting it, and I will bring your trailer back and we'll be done. Back off. I was having moments like that my first year of being an owner-operator, because What I wanted to be was my own thing. I wanted to be in control. And that's why I'm telling this story, because I don't want you, Mr. Commenter, to fall into that rut of thinking, well, just because I'm an owner operator, I control everything. No. False information. False, false, false. Now, in certain instances with certain companies, yes. I want to explain what I'm talking about here to clarify this. When I went to being an owner operator, I didn't know anything about anything. I just knew the word owner operator. And I went to a local company in the town that I lived in. And I've told this story before. I didn't know what to do. And he basically told me, the owner of this company just said, hey, actually, he was the manager of the company. And he just said, we can't do anything if you don't have a truck, because we have no truck to sell you. We don't do lease purchases here. You have to go get your truck. We've got the trailers. We've got the freight. You have to provide the truck. So I went and bought a truck and showed up the next day. Here's my truck. Now what? I learned the hard way. Okay, I went through the school of hard knocks, and I learned the hard way. What my intent with this video is to teach you the unhard way. Maybe you could learn from my hard head and my mistakes. Okay, and I've said that many times. One commenter said that in my other video, the American dream is over for owner operators. One commenter said on that, you made too many mistakes. Well, yeah, I'm not perfect. You know, my name's not Jesus, and I'm not perfect. You aren't either. We all make mistakes. But with this video, maybe I can alleviate some of those. Okay? That's what I mean by this. I don't mean anything negative towards anyone, including myself. But I'll lay it out there and I'll tell you, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I had wrong ideas. And everything can't be laid out in this video. You can't unfold everything in a 30-minute video. And that's where I like to keep my videos, about anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes or around that. There's no way I can teach you or tell you even everything about this, but maybe I can unfold a little bit of it, and then in the next video I can unfold a little bit more and keep going. That's my intent with this. So, some misconceptions of being an owner operator. You do your own thing. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't have to abide by DOT rules. You don't have to go into weigh scales if you don't want to. You can bypass them if you want to. You don't have to abide by rules like company drivers do. All of these things are false, 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 false. In fact, owner-operators are actually more under the microscope than company drivers are. I have been pulled into a weigh scale many, many times. And the first thing the DOT officer said was, is this your truck? Are you an owner-operator? It's like they target them. They pick you out, especially if you're running an older model truck, especially if you're on paper logs. You get targeted. If you've got a 99 model truck and back, it's like, you're on their radar and they're looking at you and they're zooming in, and you know they got you in the scope ready to pull the trigger. That's my feelings about it. Other owner operators that are watching this, you can comment below and say no, they don't do that. I mean, we all have opinions. It's my opinion that they focus on you even more. Yeah, you know, you're under the looking glass with them. That's the way I feel. I've gotten wrote up for stuff that is stupid for being an owner operator. It's like they're trying to put you out. They're trying to cancel you out. And I think it's working because you don't see the owner operators out here like you used to. It's mainly company drivers. Especially with AB5 coming through in California, they just want to kill it. It seems like they want to kill the American dream, as I said in the other video. Does that mean you cannot make it as an owner operator? Of course you can make it. Of course you can. Is it hard? Absolutely. The very first tire I bought for a semi truck back in 07, 08, whenever I purchased my very first tire, it was a steer tire for my truck. I think I paid like $200 for that tire. It was a brand name Virgin steer tire. It was like $200. Try to do that now. You'll be lucky if you can find one between $600 and $800. If you're talking about a Michelin steer tire, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300. I mean, they're ridiculous, crazy. And you couldn't buy a Michelin steer tire back then for $200, but it wasn't $1,200, $1,300 either. So that's kind of the things that you got to think about. And this is why I'm doing this video, just kind of hitting the high points. I'm not trying to distract anyone or discourage anyone, but be prepared. It may not be what you think it is, being an owner operator. One thing that I did back then was there was this form, and I tried to find it and download it and put it up here so you guys could see, but I can't find it anymore. It was a form by a company, CRST Malone, the flatbed division, and it was a form where you broke down everything. You put in your pay, you put in your expenses, your PMs, your tires, all of your maintenance, your insurance cost, everything, and you broke it all down, and it showed you, you even put taxes in there, what your estimated taxes were, because as an owner operator, more than likely you'll get paid on a 1099, which is an IRS form, meaning you are not, you know, a W-2, you're a 1099, so you have to take care of your own taxes. The company won't do it for you. You have to do it. So therefore you got to have a CPA, or you have to be very knowledgeable on how to do taxes and do your own. It's complicated. IRS and forms and businesses, all this is complicated. So this form broke it all down, and it showed a net profit or loss, you know, how much you made per mile, or if you went in the hole. And when I first started being an owner operator, I filled that thing out religiously. Every week I would fill that thing out, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. I was making just that much more as an owner operator than a company driver. And I said, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And then reality hit, and it started getting worse for me. And I saw right away that I had stepped off into something that I was not prepared for. So yes, I made mistakes, and lots of them. I didn't have other owner operators to talk to. So, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. I was dumb about it, you know. I wouldn't say dumb really, as I was just ignorant about it. I didn't know about it. So, here's the thing that I would suggest before you even think about being an owner operator, before you even go there. What I would suggest for you to do is study and study and study and study and learn as much as you can. This commenter said that he was trying to learn as much as he could about truck maintenance. That's one aspect to it, and that's good that you're doing that. But that's only one aspect to it. Here's the thing about being an owner operator. You are married to that truck. You are married to the truck. My wife jokes all the time, you know, when we were running the trucks that we had, she would joke all the time, I'm not your wife. That truck is your wife. I'm like the mistress. I'm over here. The truck comes first. And it's really true. It really is true. Without that truck being in top shape, DOT ready, you're done. As an owner operator, you're done. It has to come first in your life. You have to make that your priority. Are you ready for that? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that type of commitment? The other thing I want to say is be business smart. Get a maintenance account. Put money back. I did it, and even though I had a good, solid, stable maintenance account, it just started falling like dominoes when this economy went down. I was bleeding out money like crazy. You know, crazy. Another thing is know your truck. Know your truck. I personally would not want to be an owner operator in anything 2010 and above with a DEF system in it. I have just in the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, I have seen guys lose their trucks, shut down, total destruction because they couldn't keep up with these DEF systems in these trucks. I have a personal friend that got his truck repoed because of DEF issues. He couldn't keep up with it. He had health issues too that contributed to his demise, but the main thing was his DEF issues sank his ship. And they will sink yours too. And I heard a commenter before say, I've got one, it's got 500,000 miles on it, I'm rolling strong. Good for you. But like I said, you're in the minority. Because I've got proof. I know another owner operator that got sunk $80,000 last year in truck expense. He had more truck expense than what he paid for the truck originally. So that would be a suggestion from me. Get something 2010 and back. And there's a limitation to that too, because there's a lot of companies out here now that don't want to deal with 2010 and back trucks. They don't want to lease them on. There's lots of companies like that. Another thing is you need to find a very, very good CPA. I have went through like 5 CPAs from 2007 till 2023. I was told about one through an owner-operator friend of mine, and she has been a wonderful CPA. Wish I would have found her back in 2007. I wish she would have been with me through the entire stint of me being an owner-operator. She's that good. Don't just go to one CPA and be, stubborn and hard-headed. And this is a good CPA. It's not going to be, nobody can be any better than her or him. I was like that. I went to the same lady for years and years and years, and she was messing me up. And I was fully confident that I was getting a good deal, and I wasn't. Open your eyes and be ready to flow with the changes of everything. Find a good bookkeeper, a CPA that will help you. Really what you need as an owner operator is a shop where you can pull your truck in and do your own maintenance. Do a lot of your own maintenance. The more you know about the truck, the more you know about the ins and outs of your truck, the better off you are. When you get out here and you get to rolling and going down the road, you hear something and you think, I know what that is. I know how to fix that. Carry spare parts on your truck with you. There is so much to being an owner-operator. I don't even really know what the beginning, the middle, and the end is. I'm just throwing out stuff here. My experiences, my mistakes, my stuff that I've learned from. Buying a truck. Know where you're buying the truck from. Talk to people, if you can, that have bought trucks from that place. Like with my deal, that the very first truck I bought, the 05 T600, supposedly it has went through the shop, had all these inspections done, everything was good on it, wonderful truck. It was junk. It barely passed a DOT. These companies will lie to you to sell you a hunk of a turd so they can make a sale. Don't think, know how to do a proper PM on a truck to where you know how to check brakes. You know how to check kingpins. You know how to check steering linkages for looseness. You know what to look for in a bad U-joint. You know what a leaking differential is. You know what a bad transmission looks like and feels like. If you go buy a truck on your own, bring a sheet with you and write down every single thing on your pre-trip on that truck. Take a flashlight with you and get under the truck and look at every single bolt. Look at rust. Look at broken wires. Look at everything. I spent 2 hours before looking at a truck. One time, it was in Channahon, Illinois. I'm not going to name the dealer, but that's where the truck was. It was a W9 studio sleeper. Had a decent price on it. And I always wanted a W9, especially wanted a studio sleeper, so I went to look at it. The truck looked amazing when I got there. Beautiful truck. It's like a champagne gold color with metal flakes in it. Gorgeous truck. Got up there and was looking at it, and something felt wrong. I was looking at it and I was, what's going on here? What is this? And I reached between the cab and the sleeper, and I just grabbed the frame and pulled it, they had painted over rust. I pulled out like a chunk of rust off of the frame of that truck. And the salesman was standing there, and he kind of got mad. He said, "Why did you do that?" And I said, "Why were you covering it up? Why did you paint over it with thick paint to cover that up?" "Well, we are up north and it does have some salt rust on it, but why did you destroy the frame like that?" And I said, "Man, it was already destroyed. I saw it." You know, they want to cover stuff up like that. Be cautious in that. The thing I can tell you is, as an owner-operator, looking to be an owner-operator, it's like being in a wild jungle. You're sitting there as prey, and all of these predators are around you, and they're wanting to bring you down. You know, you've got the DOT, you've got companies wanting to make money off of you, you've got dealers wanting to make money off of you, you've got CPAs wanting to make money off of you, you've got fuel stops that won't give you adequate fuel discounts. And I found a lot of tricks and everything that I will share with you in future videos, stuff that will save you, like good fuel cards. There's differences in them. I didn't know that when I first started. There's good fuel cards and there's bad fuel cards. A lot of people say Mudflap. It's an app on your phone. Mudflap's the best fuel discount you can get. Wrong answer. Wrong. I can tell you a lot of fuel cards out there that's way better than Mudflap. No shops. Shops can make or break an owner-operator. I had a guy that tried to steal my W9 that I had. At the start of the video, my W9 that I had parked there, that, you know, beside of the old junk car that was in the parking lot there, I had a guy that tried to steal that, a mechanic. He tried to steal that truck. He tried to put a mechanic's lien on it and steal the truck. I mean, you've got to watch your back, and you've got to know. Another thing, I guess, is a helpful hint. Get to know owner-operators. Get to be friends with them. I've got 4 constant that I talk to almost on a daily basis. A couple others I talk to that now and then a few more that I talk to just, you know, it gets farther out, you know, with the length of times that we talk. But these guys, you know, they've given me hints and help and, you know, tricks and stuff that I didn't even know about. You know, I was 20 years into truck driving. I didn't even know about some of this stuff. So find someone to talk to and to relate to and that's experienced. I'll try to bring you as much content as I can, but you got to understand, I'm working 70 hours out here on the truck myself. I have to stop everything, set up everything, and do the videos. So it's very time consuming, and then edit it and upload it and everything. So it would be much better to talk on the phone for sure, but I can't talk to 1,000 people on the phone. So I try to put out as much information as I can. Know your expenses. You know stuff that you have to do. One thing that this commenter brought up was, tell me a good broker that I can get set up with loads. There's some companies out here, man, that won't allow you to book your own loads. That won't allow you to do your own brokers. They are glorified company drivers. Like this first company I was telling you. I didn't book my own loads with that company. When I went in there, all it was I had changed from a company driver to having my own truck, but I was still told when to start, when to shut down. And another thing that is false about that you'll hear is no forced dispatch. We do not force dispatch on owner operators. That can be a lie in itself. Because what if you say live like me in Arkansas, but you're out in North Carolina, and they say the only load that we have out here is North Carolina to Dallas, and it pays $1,300. And you go, I don't want that load. That's a crap load. I don't want that. Find something else. So they look around and, well, we've got this load going to Atlanta that pays $800. Well, that's worse than the other one. What are you doing here? I don't want that load either. Find something more. Find another load. And then they shoot you back the Dallas load and said, you know, what, they went up $200 on the load. Will you take it now? No, I still don't want it. It's a junk load. I have been told by companies before, you turn down one more load and we won't find you another load. How about that? Take what we're giving you. And this was a quote unquote no force dispatch company. Okay? That's why in my tenure of from 2007 till 2023, I switched to being a self-dispatched owner-operator, to where the company just did back office support and helped with the authority and stuff. I did everything myself. You know, I would get up in the morning and pull my load board up and start negotiating out loads with brokers. I could go get accounts set up. The problem with that is if you're one truck and one trailer, it's really hard to set up an account, because what are you going to do? You know, you're going to get loaded, go out, and then you got to find a broker load to get you back to get that load again and go back out. What if you can't find a load coming back and you have to deadhead back, but that account that you're on doesn't pay enough to do a round trip and you end up losing money on it? You know, I mean, there's so much to, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this video is already almost 40 minutes long, and I don't even feel like I've really even touched the tip of the iceberg with all of this. And I'm not doing it to, like I say, crush you and throw your ideas out there out the window. It's just be very, very cautious. Be very careful. There's so much predatory stuff that's going out there with owner operators, and it's going to get worse. So know what you're doing. Know what you're getting into. You know, you're gonna spend a lot of time out on the road running loads. You're gonna spend a lot of time in the shop. You're gonna spend a lot of time working on your truck, unless you go buy a brand new truck, and then how are you gonna finance it? You know, a brand new truck's $200,000, $180,000. How are you going to get the money to finance that? Where are you going to come up with a down payment? You know, you're talking upwards of $3,000, $4,000 a month payments. In this market, it's not really sustainable. So that's why I come up with this video. The American dream for owner operators is over. I know it sounds like I'm discouraging, but I'm really not. I'm just saying, be very cautious, be very careful in what you do. And I will come out with a more detailed video later on. It'll be, you know, whatever, part 2 or some other name, but I'll continue on this. But it's just too much information to give out in one video. So Stay tuned, and we will bring you back some more content. Thanks for watching.